A year on, but the agony is just as raw. Emotional night of tributes as grieving community marks year anniversary of Grenfell Tower disaster. An emotional night of tributes is getting underway as a grieving community marks 1 year since the Grenfell Tower disaster. Hundreds are gathering on the streets of the Lancaster Estate in Kensington, London, to commemorate the lives of the 72 people who died in the devastating blaze last June. Tonight a tube driver caused crowds to erupt in cheers when he stopped his train on the tracks on a bridge and emotionally waved a green flag in tribute. The memorials come just days after Metropolitan Police announced it would be investigating London Fire Brigade over their stay-put policy during the disaster. The official advice given to the tower's residents for the most part of the fire was to stay inside their flats. A public inquiry into the tragedy has been paused this week as tributes take place. Standing in the doorway of the carriage, the Transport for London worker held out a green flag with pride, a color which has been adopted by many charities supporting relief efforts. The driver smiled in acknowledgement to those standing below who whooped and cheered as he bowed his head before turning back to the vehicle. The heartwarming moment was captured on television. Sky News' Dan Whitehead described it as a lovely tribute and said it speaks volumes of the atmosphere down here tonight. The next 7 days will be a difficult week for people living in the area as memories remain fresh of the biggest tragedy in British history since the Second World War. Over the next 24 hours, community leaders have organized a number of events to remember the victims of the fire. Every hour overnight, the Lord's Prayer will be repeated, by clerics from local churches, and at 1:30 am, the time at which the fire took hold, the names of the 72 victims will be read aloud. Some 72 white roses will be laid out, the 20 chapel and 72 teddy bears. The memorial efforts this week come after the news London Fire Brigade will be investigated by the police over their stay-put policy. An inquest into the deaths of the blaze's 72 victims is also underway but has been paused for the next 7 days.